Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and indeed, look at where we are now. Oh yeah, if you don't know where this is, I didn't really know the name either, but yeah, this is Sarnor. So the Sarnori have decided to declare war on us, and this is really funny because at the same time we also had a war declaration from none other than Balon Greyjoy. I don't know where he is, so obviously he's probably not going to be that impactful. But what I found very interesting is this. Yes, we are actually taking an active war declaration right now to attack Dragonstone. And it says here the Dragonstone have been acting aggressively. We should teach them a lesson. And indeed, they only have one town, which is hilarious. So I will be saying yes to that, of course. We're going to be declaring war on them. Stannis is unfortunately going to lose his one town, if we actually can do that, because we are indeed, as you can see, fighting the Sarnori. So this is going to be very, very interesting, because these guys I actually wouldn't have expected to declare war on us. I actually had traveled down to Volantis territory, and the reason why I wanted to do that is because they only have a small number of fiefs remaining, so I thought, oh yes, that seems like our next best target. But well, lo and behold, they made the choice for me. They basically said, no, we will be the ones to declare war, thank you very much. And so, yes, that's what they did. Anyway, as you can see, I have a huge amount of prisoners that I am now starting to convert. I don't have enough space to be able to accommodate them, which is a little bit unfortunate. But, you know, that's just how it goes. These guys are actually constructing their catapults very, very fast, as you can see. Extremely impressive, actually. Alright, well, there are 5 days worth of food, or around that number, but we are going to need to do that because, as you can see, they do have some High King Guardians. I'm pretty sure the High King Guardians are their noble troops. Oh, they're not. Oh, okay. Wait a minute then. What do they have? Can I see? There we go. Can I see their garrison? Let me have a look. What do they have? What is this? What is this? I don't know. Glaive Man? Glaive Man? No, that's also not it. And look at what we have here. We have another war declaration against us, and this time it is indeed the Valentines. They're apparently pouncing on the opportunity. We are at war against 3 different factions right now. We're at war against the Sarnori, who obviously declared war against us. Then we're, of course, against the Dragonstones, because we obviously we decided, I don't know, my vassals more decided that they wanted to fight them. And as you can see, we now have a significant amount of people that have come along here, and they're actually going to help us out. That's going to be extremely nice. Hopefully, I'm actually not entirely sure if that's really going to make that much of a difference. I think I probably would have been able to do this by myself, because there's only 400, 500 people in here. I mean, it's more like 550 to be honest, but whatever, doesn't matter. Fact is, these guys are looking extremely unhealthy right now, and we're gonna go in. Okay, so before we go into the siege, we've just reached engineering 200. So what are we gonna go for? Well, +1 recruitment slot when recruiting from artisan nobles, +5 experience the troops when a siege engine is built. I have no idea why this could be considered anything good. I guess you could spam this if you wanted to. You know, if you were in control of a certain situation, you might be able to spam build siege engines over and over and over again. Like, for example, just, spam building ballistas or something like that. And then you would be able to level up your troops. But from my perspective, this feels completely and utterly useless, because 5 experience, just think about how much experience you actually need to level up a troop these days. It's kind of staggering, so I'm actually going to just take engineering guilds, even though that's probably not going to be particularly useful as it is anyway. But as you can see, we have now starved out the garrison, and now we can go straight on in. This is hopefully going to work out really, really nicely for us, and hopefully the Sarnori are not going to put up too much of a big fight, because I would like to focus on the Valentines, because we've almost captured, and this might be, pretty of a shocking revelation. I know it was to me, basically the entirety of Essos. We might have actually been able to capture the entire thing, and that is a pretty big testament to, I guess, how long we've been playing. You know, because usually that doesn't really happen. Of course, we do have Westeros as well. I think my main goal after you know, capturing Essos, because I would like to eliminate the Dothraki as well, if we can. Obviously, that's it's going to be a little bit more difficult, considering they have significant land and very, very difficult to deal with forces on the fields of battle. So, might not work out too well for us. But if we can eliminate them, then I would like to go on to King's Landing. That would be the goal there. You know, going on to King's Landing, eliminating House Baratheon, basically just taking the Iron Throne. You know, just taking the Iron Throne. Basically that would be a really, really nice objective for us to go for, and I think we could probably do it within the next 5 episodes. I think we probably have the ability to do that. It just very much depends. Very much depends on how much we want to dedicate to eliminating the Dothraki, because obviously they are going to be exceptionally difficult to deal with in terms of field battles, but maybe not so bad in terms of sieges. So that means that we're going to absolutely stomp them in regular siege warfare, which would be fantastic. That would be really, really nice. And indeed, look at this, slashing through opponents, absolutely fantastic. I love it. Absolutely one of my most enjoyable and satisfying moments in this game is when you can slash through enemies. And not just because it makes you feel like you're actually doing something, because obviously if you're like me and you're sometimes, shall we say, a victim of circumstance, or a victim of your own stupidity, because yeah, well, that's usually what I am, you know, that's usually what happens to me. Basically, whenever we rush in and we get ourselves killed, that's, you know, that's on me, that's on me. However, if you can kill even a handful of units with a nice, satisfying slash, I think that makes a huge difference to your overall frustration level. Because obviously, if you think about it, going in and getting 1 kill just purely because you were barely able to get into the garrison without getting shot to pieces, and then you just about got a hit on you know, one of the enemies, it's you know, it's one of those things that really makes a big difference to your, as I say, your overall enjoyment of the situation. It really does make a big difference. Do the Sarnori not have any nobles? It doesn't seem like they have any nobles whatsoever. Okay, it's kind of a bit strange. All right. I'll take all the prisoners, of course. And we will take all of the loot as well. Yes, all of the loot. Thank you very much. And, oh yeah, someone said that Jamie is still wearing his... yeah, he is actually still wearing his terrible helmet. So, let's give him a better one. There you go. All right. That is pretty much it. We could give him this as well. We actually do have some better gear for him. I've just left him with his standard gear because I don't really want him looking less uniform. But I guess it doesn't really matter as long as he's wearing something that can actually be, you know, helping him to survive. And generally, yeah, he's, as you can see, he's using a Kingslayer sword. He's using an Unsullied Pikeman shield, pretty good. Sandsteed, you know, all that wonderful stuff. Obviously, he's not using any particularly good horse armor, so we could give him that too. And there we have it. All right, so we have captured every single person in here. Wait a minute, really? I had no idea there were any people in here, to be honest. Alright, well, I guess it doesn't matter too much. What's the prosperity like? Oh, the prosperity is insane here. Okay, that's actually really, really nice. I might actually want this for myself. If they put me on the ticket, I will try to get it myself, okay? I will try to get it myself. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be possible, but yeah, we'll give it a go. All right, we'll give it a go. I'm not going to get any money for this, which is absolutely fine because I'm not expecting it. But yeah, we actually did get a trade point, trade skill point. That's really quite funny. All right, so let's just actually sell everything that we can here, and there we go. All right, that's absolutely fine. There we go. And one skill point in roguery. Yes, only one. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying there, but yeah, all right, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so as you can see, this is what is currently going on here. So we have, really? There's one town remaining? That's it? Oh, wow. I thought they had a lot more than that. Okay, we might actually... Oh, no, 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 no. As you can see, they have actually... Oh, what? Oh, no, they took that. Okay, I thought it was Lorath for a second. Okay. That was going to be quite a feat, considering they've been eliminated. You know, they have actually been eliminated from the game, so that would have been quite astounding. Wait a minute, wait a minute. What do we got going on here? We do have an army coming in from the south. Let's actually see what happens here. Are they actually going to try for the siege? That would be hilarious if they tried for the siege, to be honest. Considering there's an army right there with, you know, 1,200 or whatever. It would have been fantastic if they did, because then they would have been disorganized, and then I probably could have caught up with them very, very quickly. Now, I'm not entirely sure. What? Look at this. Look at what's going on here. This is insane. What are these guys doing? They are... Look at that. Have been acting aggressively. We should teach them a lesson. Actually, I don't think they have. I don't think they have been acting aggressively, to be honest. I think they have just been minding their own business, but we are going to do what all good conquerors do, and that is pick on the weak. You know, that's it. Yes, pick on the weak. That's what we do here. And let's actually see. Wait. 4.7, 4.7. Yeah, he's moving much too fast for me, unfortunately. Okay, so the owner of Kith, let's have a look. Am I on the... I'm not on the ticket. I am very saddened by this. I am very saddened by that. But yes, anyway. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get it because of the prosperity gain. The prosperity would have been fantastic for us right there because, as you can no doubt tell, I am losing 5,500 per day, which is exceptionally high. And it would have been really, really good if we could have just, you know... stemmed the tide a little bit, because we are indeed having some big problems in regards to our cash flow at the moment, and indeed a couple of extra weeks and we're going to be bankrupt. I mean, I say extra weeks because, I mean, let's face it, it is still a lot of money. We still have a lot of money, and we're still doing relatively well in regards to our loot situation as well, so we are not really going to have too much of a problem here, but it would be nice if we weren't losing cash every day. Alright, so we have an amazing situation here. Now, this is obviously the final town. I'm not entirely sure if our other town just got taken. Oh, Lys has actually been besieged by Stannis. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, well, I don't really mind that. That's absolutely fine. If he wants to do that, then that's what he wants to do. If he manages to take it, that is. Because obviously we do have a load of vassals, and they have the ability to be very, very aggressive. Unfortunately, you can see here, the Dornish have decided to declare war, and that's obviously going to be a bit of a problem. So as you can see, we are now... Oh, the Vale? Oh dear. Alright, the Vale decided to declare war on us as well. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, so we need to actually get a move on here. Yeah, we need to get a move on here. In other words, we need to very quickly eliminate some of these people. So what we need to do is we need to focus on Sarnor. We need to get them out of the way immediately. Then we need to focus on Volantis, get them out of the way, or the ET. I don't know. ET, they're very far away, so I'm not sure if they're really going to have that much impact, but maybe they will. And they only have one town, so it would probably be relatively simple for us to do that. Then we're going to go to Volantis. Then we will deal with Dragonstone, because they are obviously in Westeros a little bit. So that's going to be a bit problematic. Okay, so we are just going to go here. We're going to do Sarnor, Volantis, offensive. We're going to be playing defensively against the Vale. And we're going to be playing, I guess, defensively against Dorne and balanced against Dragonstone. I mean, if they can take it, then I'm fine with that. So let's just do offensive with that and offensive with DT as well. That sounds relatively decent. All right, so... we are now going to go straight on in. Do I have... I don't have a maxed out army anymore. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to do this. There we are. Fantastic. And let's go straight on in. All right. So this is a bit of a troubling situation, but this was kind of expected, right? This was kind of expected after so long, you know. You can kind of assume that this kind of situation was going to happen sooner rather than later, because we have been expanding dramatically over the course of this series, and, well, we haven't really had these moments. We haven't really had a moment where a huge number of people have decided to declare war on us at once. That's the funny thing. This guy and his shield, yep, this guy and his shield are dead. Okay, well, there you go. That was all she wrote, I guess, for him. And for some reason, he decided to run out of the garrison. Bit of a strange course of action there, but what can I say? What can I say except thank you very much. I am very, very appreciative of him doing that. We have Stormland's Thunder Knights here again. Interesting. Not sure what's going on with them, but they are apparently just dying instantaneously. They don't seem to want to defend themselves that heavily, which is good for us. I am going to obviously help at the front line here. Going to try to make sure that we can penetrate the defenses relatively easily. And if we can do that, we are going to have a much easier time of getting inside. I mean, look at how much damage we've done already. We've taken 0 casualties as well, which is amazing. So, yes, if we can actually do a continuous amount of damage and try to make sure that the enemy reinforcement... Oh, that was a nice hit. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the kinds of satisfying hits I'm referring to when I go, yeah, that is exactly what I like to see from the multi-slash capability that we have now. Unfortunately, these guys will have shields, so yeah, they're going to be a little bit annoying to deal with. Yes, a little bit annoying to deal with. Oh well, never mind. I mean, what can we do, eh? What can we do? There's not much we can do here. We're just going to have to continue slashing away, and maybe we can land a couple of attacks around them. Yes. Okay, there we go. Nice. Not too bad. And indeed, look at what we got here. Okay, here we go. Not bad. If we can actually just... Yeah, that's the funny thing. If I can survive against these guys, I won't have too many problems. As I said before, if I can get a couple of really satisfying slashes out here, I really don't mind dying. That's really not a big deal to me. Obviously, it is a little bit of a problem if Elias actually ends up dying. Because I think he can, right? Yeah, I think he does have the capability of doing that. I think birth and death is enabled, so yeah, that would be rather problematic considering he doesn't have a wife, and he doesn't have any heirs or anything. I probably should have thought about that, shouldn't I? Yes, I probably should have thought about that. I probably should have thought, yes, you know what? Let's get one. Let's get a spouse. And yeah, I apparently did not do that for some reason. I don't know why. Bit of a weird thing. I probably should have married Daenerys or something, I guess. That probably would have made the most sense, I suppose. I'm actually not entirely sure if she's even eligible, to be honest. Maybe we should try and speak with her. I mean, we do have an exceptional amount of charm skill, and we've got great relation with her as well, so technically, I think it's probably very, very possible. But the question is... Does that mean that House Targaryen, or shall we say Clan Targaryen at this point? Well, House Targaryen, I don't know really how to quantify their organization right now, but yeah. Anyway, the point is, does that mean her clan is going to be dissolved if she marries us? I don't think so, right? Because she's going to be joining our clan then, so that's going to be really weird. Yeah, I guess we can make it work. I don't know. I guess it is kind of a possibility. Yeah, maybe. Alright, well, let's try it out after this, shall we? Let's try it out after this. We'll see if we can actually get a marriage proposal sent off to her. We're going to go into the encyclopedia and just send her, you know, send her a raven. And it's basically like doing it over text. Hello, would you like to marry? That is hilarious. Out of the blue as well. Yeah, come on now. That is very amusing. Okay, so yeah, we are absolutely fine though, as you can clearly tell here. Really, really fine. These fellows literally had nothing because obviously we starved out the garrison. I spent a lot of time in the campaign map just waiting and destroying the walls, waiting for their starvation to kick in and everything. And, well, it has paid off, of course. It has paid off dramatically, and I'm just going to let my forces do the rest of the damage, and that's it. There's the victory. Very nice indeed. Look at that. Okay. Now, unfortunately, we did have a number of them actually retreat and manage to escape to the keep, which is a bit problematic, but we shouldn't have to worry too much about that as we just send some people in there. There we go. All right, so I'm actually unsure what we should really do about this, to be honest. I think we should probably just let them go because they are... Well, they're not going to be significantly dangerous, I think. We can take the Thunder Knights, of course, because we already know that they're going to be super, super good for us. And Sarnori Master Spearman? No. Sarnori Longbowman? No. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what the noble units are for these guys. I cannot tell for the life of me. I have no idea. So it's going to be a bit of a weird situation if I'm missing them, but I guess it doesn't really matter too much. We are currently swimming in prisoners right now, you know, in very good prisoners at that, you know, tier 6s and so on and so forth across the board, so that's really nice. Oh, hello. Look at this. Legendary Stormlance Shoulders. Very nice. Look at that. A massive upgrade for us right there. And then we'll take all of the other loot. We need to find a town that actually has some money, because I am running out of it, as I said before. I don't really want to put too much cash in here, so I'm just going to put 20,000. And yeah, we'll go over here, sell the wonderful prisoners. Let's do that. There we go. Yeah, there they go, there they go. And how much are we going to be getting for this? 15,000 so far. A little bit more here. There we go. Okay, 21,000. Actually, not bad. We're probably only going to be getting... Oh, no, we got 2 points. Okay, we got 2 points. That's nice. All right, I was actually thinking that we'd only get 1 or something like that, but no, we did get 2. And you can see here, look at this. Crazy. 91,000. They have 91,000. That's really, really nice. So I can literally just sell all of that. And we will give a little bit of food. We will give a little bit of food to them. Unfortunately, the problem with giving food is that it's very much depleting my own capabilities. Because obviously I am now kind of forced into a possible situation where I now can no longer continue onward unless I go to resupply. So that's obviously a bit of an issue. Now, where are... Okay, so the Sonoria are not actually taking anything else over here. What else do they have down here? Do they have anything else down here? They do. Yes. They do. Oh, that's very interesting. So, wait a minute. So, Volantis went over there and took something from the Dothraki as well? Very interesting. Okay, that's weird. Isn't that weird? I think that's weird. Anyway, I'm going to go over here and retake these really, really easily because, let's face it, they've probably just only put like, I don't know, 100, 150 people in there. And I'll be able to take that relatively fast now that we've got some cash. I feel a little bit better about that. I only have 25 days worth of food, so I will have to be quick about it. Alright, so I actually made my way down to Lys because it was still under siege, and I thought to myself, yeah, you know what, there's probably not going to be anyone around here that can help us, and indeed help my fief as a result of that. And so I was like, yeah, you know, okay, I'll just go and do it myself, you know. I'll just go and do it myself. And indeed, yes, it is Stannis. It is Stannis. So we are obviously going to have to do something about that. Funnily enough, the garrison has decided to come out with us, which is not great. I'm not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that at all. But it's okay, you know, it's all right. Not a big issue. As long as I can do some damage with my wonderful thrown weapon here. There we go. Wow, that was actually a nice hit. Wow, I'm actually surprised we got a kill there. Okay, let's see if I can kill Stannis with my thrown weapon. There he is right there. No, in a million years, right? Oh, we knocked him off his mount. Oh, wow, that is not... Wow, that is a bit of a headache for him right there. Yep. That is quite funny. All right, so yeah. Otherwise, this is not going to be too bad. He only has about 300, 200 people or something like that. Yeah, so he's obviously not really looking too good. He was actually in the process of taking the town. He was in the process of it. So I kind of needed to make a bit of a, you know, a bit of a concerted effort to go fast, you know, go fast. And generally, you know me, I don't really do that. I'm not really someone that tends to go fast. I have a lot of stamina, you know. No, I'm obviously joking. Anyway, the point is, what we're going to do is we're just going to murder every single person here. And actually, let me actually just tell my guys to charge in here. I think that's probably going to be the best course of action, because despite the fact that I might actually die as a result of my... Yep, probably going to die here, am I? Yeah, it's looking pretty likely right now. Where is Stannis, by the way? Is he actually still alive, or is he dead? No, he's dead. He's dead. Okay, yeah, that is to be expected. We did do some pretty massive damage to him, so yeah, kind of obvious, right? Kind of obvious that was going to happen. And indeed, look at that. Oh, nice. That was a nice hit. And yeah, I should probably tell my archers to charge in, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should probably do that. I mean, let's face it, we've got such an overwhelming advantage. There should really be no way the enemy can come back from this. And there it is, and indeed Stannis' army is actually deciding to retreat. Very interesting. Okay, I wouldn't have expected that actually, but there you go. He is deciding to retreat. Let's see what we can do here. Do we want to take them prisoner? I don't think so, actually. I don't think I'm actually going to do that. I think I'm going to let them go, because here's the cool thing. If we eliminate Dragonstone, I could then potentially get Stannis to join us, which would be amazing. Don't you think that would be amazing? I think so. Alright, so yeah, we actually got another trade perk point, as you can see right here. I actually spec'd into local connection just now, and we also have roguery. And, well, let's have a look. 20% more loot when villagers comply to your hostile actions. You know what's really funny? This is, in my opinion, a perk that should be available much earlier in the roguery tree. I actually don't see a point for this to be at 175, because when are you actually going to be speaking to villagers at this point in the game? Probably not, right? Anyway, I am going to be taking this, I think. Am I? Both of these are kind of useless, actually, now that I think about it. Plus 10... okay, question. What's going on with this? What is going on with these two perks? They are only good for a very specific situation. I guess that's the point, right? I guess that's the point. Anyway, plus 10 bonus vigor and control skills to bandit units in your party. I don't have any bandit units, and I'm never going to be speaking to villagers to steal their loot. It's absolutely impossible. Like, both of these perks need to be changed. They need to be reworked in some way or another, because they have an extremely low use case. Nothing at all. Okay, I'm just going to take some random thing. Alright, so I've just made my way over to our town, and you may be thinking, which town is that? Well, it's actually Sarth. Remember Sarth? Maybe you don't. Anyway, it's a Sarnori, well, previously a Sarnori fief, and funnily enough, our council of vassals decided to give it to us. Yes, we now have another town under our belts, which is actually really, really nice. That means that we're going to have a much easier time of making some cash, as it does have a very high prosperity. I would have probably been a little bit dubious to take control of it if it didn't have, you know, a significant amount of prosperity, but it had like, what, 5,000, 6,000 or something like that, which I thought was really, really good. So I was like, yeah, okay, we should do it. And this guy has now decided to do a little bit of a siege against it, and we're obviously coming to defend. The funny thing is, I had to run all the way from Lys over to here, and what I found amusing about that is that there was actually a vassal of ours. There was a vassal of ours in the vicinity, and he had an army of 600, and he could have come over here and done something. You know, he could have actually taken some action, like defensive action, but he decided not to. And I am perplexed. I don't know why. I am Confucian, as they say. Yes, I am very, very confused about that. I don't know. A bit strange. But yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. A bit weird. But yeah, now we're fighting against, oh no, there's a chariot guy. Oh wait, I need to kill that. I need to kill that guy immediately. We're facing against the Black Goats now, as well as a bunch of other relatively painful individuals. Oh, that guy is literally a vassal. That guy is actually a vassal. I need to eliminate it. Oh, wait a minute. There's multiple vassals with chariots by the looks of things. Okay, this is going to be kind of bad, isn't it? Let's tell my forces to charge in here. We're having some huge problems. This is obviously a big issue. Yeah, I need to kill this guy. Oh no, my sword is not long enough. That is really bad. Okay, yeah, we are having some big issues right here. The reach of my sword is not enough to be able to handle a lot of these enemies. Ah, the Sarnori spider. I think the Sarnori spider is definitely the noble. I think that's probably what we're going to be seeing here. Look at this. I can't even reach this guy. Look at that. I was right next to him and I couldn't reach him. That is purely due to my sword being too short, which is really quite sad. But yeah, there you go. All right, nice. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. And take them down. Oh yeah. take them down a notch or two. Thanks very much. Okay, so... no, never mind, never mind. Okay, so the garrison is actually helping us. Okay, I was not aware of them joining. That's the reason why I was a little bit worried about seeing all those casualties pop up. But now that I know that the garrison is here, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, because we're not losing that many of our own forces, of course, we're just losing the garrison, which technically are our own forces, I suppose. But, yeah, we need to actually eliminate these... Yes, there we go. Whew. I'm not entirely sure. The chariot riders, they're very difficult to hit, actually. They're very, very difficult to hit. That might very well be the case, and the reason why, when I tried out the chariot a couple of episodes back, I barely took any damage. I barely took any damage just because, you know, it was very difficult. Apparently, the AI also maybe has a bit of a problem hitting the chariot users. And, yeah, I think I can probably... Yeah, we've got this in the bag now. We've got this in the bag. There's about 400, but we have 100% eliminated huge numbers of their really, really high-tier units now. Oh, did Jaime just die? Yes, he did. Jaime is dead. Wow. I guess that kind of makes sense, considering. Wow. Oh, dear. Yeah, I'm gonna need to level up steward skill now, aren't I? And I don't have any points in steward skill because I thought to myself, nah, there's no way that Jaime is gonna die. And you know what's really funny about this? I gave him better armor because I was thinking, yeah, you know what? Yeah, why not? You know, let's do it. Let's give him some better armor because we want him to survive. And then lo and behold, of course he doesn't. Yes, of course he doesn't survive. Wow. Alright, well, I'm not going to reload or anything like that. I can, if I want to, you know, obviously. I don't have, you know, automatic saving or anything like that because I want to prevent crashes and stuff like that from, you know, causing problems. But yeah, I'm not going to reload. We're gonna roll with the punches, and he's dead. As you can see, there you go. He has died on the battlefield. And we've lost our steward, and he had an insane amount of steward skill. As far as I'm aware, he had 250. So this is really, really bad. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do about this. But, yeah, the only thing I can really do... Oh, yeah, these are the guys. Yes, as you can see. Yeah. These fellows are very, very strong. And, yeah, they are the nobles. They are the nobles. So I should probably... get a bunch of these. Let's try and just get a significant amount. There we go. And then we can take quite a few of them. Not a huge amount, but, you know, a good amount. And then we'll just take the rest to sell. And we'll see. Alright, so we've just sold for 68,000 in the marketplace here, which is really, really nice, of course. And we are then going to move on and just sell what we can here of these guys. There we go. One thing I gotta say, though, is I'm actually really, really pleased we got this, because look at the amount of cash we're potentially going to be getting from this. Look at that, 5,300 prosperity. Really, really nice. Obviously, the food situation is not looking particularly good because it was just under siege, but they do have a decent amount, and I can also place some more things in there if I want to. Otherwise... that is going to be it for this episode. We are now at war against House Baratheon as well, by the way. Yeah. Let's see how it goes. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.